Hello, and welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. We are going to take a very relaxed approach to standing poses today, slowing down and really bringing focus to yourself. So we're going to begin standing with the feet underneath the hips, hip width and parallel. And stand tall, find your Tadasana feeling in your body, your mountain, and closing your eyes. Noticing if you feel like you've stacked your pelvis over your feet and your shoulders over your pelvis, and the back of the head in line with your shoulder blades and the sacrum and the heel. And is there anything difficult or easeful in this action? And bringing the focus to the breath now. Noticing what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can taste. And we're going to open the eyes and almost making the vision like a watercolor, soft, not needing to take in or decipher too much information. Feeling the environment around you. Lovely. And we're going to just sway a little from side to side so that you can feel the weight transfer from foot to foot and stay focused on your breath. Noticing that feeling of transferring weight, the way the weight moves across the feet to the outside edge of the feet. What it feels like when you're centered. We stay tuned in to the flow of breath and feel this movement of the body around the breath. Seemingly simple. There's so much going on. Now this time when you sway to the right, just take the left foot completely off the floor, even if it's just a couple of millimeters. So you've completely taken the weight into your opposite leg. When you sway left, you take the right foot off the floor, so it's free from the floor. Good. So we're still shifting weight from side to side and noticing that difference the moment that you have your weight in one foot, one leg. Beautiful. Both feet back on the floor, under the hips. Lovely. And we're going to roll up and down. We're going to roll forward. And you can put your hands on your legs to support. And we're going to explore how your spine feels today. when you lift up, take the shoulders up to your ears and roll your shoulder blades back and look up, and then rolling forward. Are there any places along the spine that feel awkward or maybe a little bit tight? Maybe it just feels really delightful. So when you lift up, you take your shoulders up and shoulders down, and then rolling forward again. And as the body starts to move, maybe it starts to get a little easier. When you lift up, lift your shoulders, look up, relax your shoulders down. And let's do one more. Oh. And lifting up, and shoulders up. Nice. We're going to make our final waves. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. So we're going to do the top of the head forward and then lift the nose, the chin, the chest, the belly button. So you can feel that big wave has moved into your lower back now. And then we take the top of the head back. Ooh, and let the spine follow. And then top of the head forward. Lift the face, lift the chest, lift the belly button. Ooh. Now you can explore this wave as slowly as you like, as subtly as you like. And again, what happens as we start to move and the body starts to get the hang of it, maybe the movement becomes a little bit easier, so you might feel like making the movement more exaggerated. Not an easy thing to coordinate. And I still lose it sometimes. Good work. Beautiful. And standing again, Tadasana. All right, so there's a backward movement to that. And we're going to do that by leading with the tailbone. So we stick the tailbone back, the lower back follows back, the upper back, the back of the head, woo, and then the tailbone leads forward. There's no compunction for you to start off with big movement. And it might work better to take that subtle approach, to not feel like you have to push yourself, but rather explore. Nice. So here we are again in Tadasana. We're going to step the feet out. You can jump if you're full of beans. I'm taking things really easy today. And we're going to end up here with the feet a little bit wider than your leg is long. Quick body measurement. Toes in and heels out. And we'll lift the kneecap, lift the quadriceps, lift the front of the hips, the belly, the breastbone, and looking up. Ah, yes. And then folding forward. Hands underneath the shoulders. If your hands don't reach the floor here, you can hold on to your legs instead. We're going to try and feel the stretch in the legs. So lifting the kneecaps, lifting the sit bone, really giving your legs a good stretch. Pressing the outside edges of your feet and lifting the inner arches of your feet. Try to make like a cat stretch with the spine here. So we're going to arch the spine up and arch the spine down. Looking forward. Arch the spine up and arch the spine down. Looking forward. A couple more of those. Oh. Keep the legs feeling really strong. A beautiful foundation for the spine. Arch the spine down so you're looking forward, and then walk your hands forward. And you're going to walk your hands forward as far as you can, but keep your hips in the line of your heels. So staying nice and strong in the feet and ankles, lifting the legs powerfully front and back. And you're going to find your stretch for your spine and shoulders. Mm. Nice work. Now we're going to walk the hands over to the left side. So keep the legs strong. Walk the hands towards the left. And what we want to find is a stretch for the right lower back, right ribs. So walk your right hand as far as you can. And your left arm can be relaxed. We want to keep the neck relaxed, but the legs are still working. They might be starting to get tired now, lifting the kneecaps, lifting the quadriceps. And really reaching the right side of the body. Relax your neck. Finding your stretch. Try to relax the spine towards the front of your torso. Beautiful. Lifting up, walk the hands over to the right side. And we're going to reach with the left hand as far as you can. And we're looking for the stretch in the left ribs, the left lower back. Nice work. Hands back to the center. Look forward. Lovely. Now the hands are on the floor. We can jump the feet back to hip width, and then we'll come up to standing. And if it doesn't work, you can always step them in. All right, so we're going to be in Tadasana again. Love. All right, so stepping or jumping your feet out to your own leg length. And for Trikonasana, we're going to turn the feet to the right. So the right foot parallel to the edges of the mat and the left toes towards center. Just check you've got your right heel lined up with the center of the left foot in the arch. And we want to get that feeling in the legs again. These are your powerful foundation for standing poses. So we really want to make sure they're working. And when you lift your kneecaps, can you feel where the weight is in your feet? We were doing that feelization before. So feeling the weight. Beautiful. We'll take the arms out from the shoulders, and you're going to reach yourself into your Trikonasana. So right hand reaches out as far as you can. Right ribs are going to make more space between the ribs. And take your right hand down and your left arm. And left hip rolling back, left ribs rolling back. Looking up at your left hand. Whoa. Finding your breath. Feel your body looking for space and length and strength around the breath. And then really press into your feet, your legs, and lift up. Arms out from the shoulders. Turn your feet to the second side. Paying attention to how the feet land. Feeling that you're using your legs as strongly as you can. As wide. Can you feel where the weight is in your feet? Beautiful. And then Trikonasana, by reaching your left arm as far as you can over your left leg and arms to the vertical. Left rib lengthen. Right rib lengthen. Right hip rolling back, right rib rolling. Finding what you need in your Trikonasana. Length, spaciousness, ease for your shoulders and your neck. Feeling the breath. Appreciating your strong legs and your wide feet. And then inhale and coming up. Great. Bringing your hands in front of your heart. Now we're going to turn the toes out from here. The toes are out, heels are in, and we'll dip the hips down towards the floor, but lift the pelvic floor. We've got the hands in front of the heart. Draw the shoulder blades down. You just make that movement as much as is right for your body. And we're going to change sides, straightening one leg and bending the other. And we'll try to keep the hips as close to the floor as feels good for your hips, your knees. And you're truly trusting your legs here as the action that they're doing really changes from straight to bent. Feel what the feet are doing. We'll try not to grip the ground with the toes. Try to use the whole surface of the foot, the parts that touch the floor, the parts that lift from the floor. Nice work. And then back to center. Wiggle your hips a little bit from side to side. Okay, and we're going to jump or step or wiggle your feet back to hip width. Tadasana. Now, in the same way we were shifting the weight before, we're going to lift one leg right up off the floor. But before we do that, find your breath. Find your center. So we're going to shift the weight into the left foot. Lift your right foot up and lift the knee as high as you're able to. And before you put that leg back down, you're going to find the position to place your foot, hip width parallel, just with the skin of your foot. And then find your balance again on the feet. Weight into the right foot, left foot lift. And then before you place the foot back down, find where you're going to place the foot, just with the skin. And then transfer. So we're going to repeat from side to side. And as you trust your legs to balance, letting your torso feel relaxed, proud, ease in your neck. All right. We're going to finish off lifting up the left leg. Maybe you already are there. And moving slowly. Whoa. And losing my balance. And Tadasana. All right, shift the weight into your left foot, lift up the right leg, and we're going to just hold the knee with your right hand. Now, if you really have trouble taking your leg all the way up like that, you can just be on your tiptoes of the right foot. So then what we're going to do is take the knee out to the right side. So we'll try and keep the hips facing forward. And we're going to bring the knee back to the front, but without putting the foot down. Go again. So we're going to keep this movement of forward and then out to the side. One more. Nice work. Before you put the foot down, try and find where you're going to put it. Just with the skin of the foot and then the whole. Weight into the right foot, lifting up the left leg, or you're on your tiptoes if you need to be. And then we'll take the left knee out to the left side and to the. There's a few things going on. We're testing the balance, but also that opening of the hip. We'll try to keep the hips facing forward as the left knee goes out to the left side. And of course, struggling with balance is part of balance. We can't learn if we don't wobble. Okay, feet underneath the hip. Nice. Now we're going to come and face the front of the mat and take your Tadasana. Take the arms up by your ears, Urdhva Hastasana, and then Uttanasana. Your hands can be on your legs or on the floor. And what we want is that relaxed feeling in the spine. So see if you can arch your spine up to the ceiling and then arch the spine down, look forward. And that's the feeling we want in the spine. Almost a back bend. And then the back of the legs are going to start to stretch. Just let that happen. Breathe. Okay, let's take the left foot back, and it's a step where you can still get your left heel onto the floor. You can bend your front leg if the legs feel really tight. Put the hands so they're under your shoulders and looking forward. We're pressing the back heel. The feet are about hip width distance parallel. And then begin to straighten your front leg and find your resistance. Find what is difficult and notice if the stretch starts to affect your back so that you feel taut or tight in your lower back. And we want to keep that nice back bend feeling, the spine pressing forward or embedding to the front of the torso. Lovely. All right, so the front leg is as straight as it's going to get for you. And we're going to put the left hand on the floor on the inside of the right foot. And we're going to put the right hand on the second. And now turn your torso so that you're looking to your right side. And we're going to really try and turn so that we can lengthen the left ribs, the left lower back. And you might be able to look up the wall or even look up at the ceiling past your right shoulder. Some people could take the right arm straight up, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just holding my balance, looking for length, finding the breath. Beautiful. Release your arm if it was raised and looking back to the front. We're going to lift up, step forward, and lift the left leg in front of you. So we're landing on the right foot, swinging the left foot forward, lifting the left knee as high as you're able to. You might even hold on to it, bind the knee, and you're balanced on one leg. And before you place the left foot down, have that intention to find exactly where you're going to put the foot. Tadasana. Urdhva Hasana. Looking up. Uttanasana. In your Uttanasana, arch the spine up, arch the spine down, and look forward. See if you can get that easeful feeling in your lower back, and let your legs stretch. Feel where that big resistance is. Sometimes that stretch reflex, the protection, it's such a big feeling that we just close off our attention or ability to focus. So finding stretch, being comfortable with the resistance. Oh, great. And then we're going to step the right foot back. So it's only a distance where you can still get your right heel down onto the floor, and you want to feel a bit of a stretch in the back of the right leg. Ooh, okay, front leg can bend. So you keep that ease in your spine. Great. We'll put the right hand inside the left foot and the left hand onto the sacrum. And we're going to start to straighten the front leg so that you explore your stretch, but we don't bring tension into the lower back. So just as straight as it happens for you. And we're going to turn the torso to look to the left. The left ribs are lifting, the left shoulder is lifting. You might be able to look along the floor or up the wall or even at the ceiling past your left shoulder. You can take the left arm up if it feels good. Beautiful. And then releasing. All right, we're going to stand up, step the right foot forward, balance on the left leg, and bring the right knee in front. And you can hold your knee. Draw the shoulder blades down. Good. And before you place the foot down, really find where the foot's going to land. Hip width. Parallel. Tadasana. Urdhva Hasana. Uttanasana. And from here, we're going to walk the feet back into downward facing dog. Little steps that move your feet. Let's stretch both the heels down, lift the kneecaps, the sit bone. Take the hips back. So again, we're trusting the strong foundation of the leg. Hands. Let's stretch the fingers out wide. Press the fingerprints, base of the index fingers. Elbows just a tiny bit bent. And press out the upper arm muscles above the elbows. As you lift the hips high, let the belly lengthen, the chest lengthen towards the front of the leg. Let the head hang down. Keep the shoulders as wide as you can. Breathing. Good. We'll bring the knees to the floor and find forward Virasana. So big toes touching. We take the hips back. Finding your stretch. Beautiful. Let's do our side stretching forward Virasana. So we'll walk with our hands out to the left side, really reaching with your right hand. Let the torso elongate in that direction. And look for your stretch in your right lower back. So the further you reach the right arm, the bigger that influence will be. Keep allowing the spine to embed forward, relaxing upper body, neck. Beautiful. And then walk your hands over to the right side. Cool. So we're going to really reach with the left arm. Relaxing the torso, the neck. Lovely. Come back to center, forward Virasana. Stretch the arms forward, making space between your shoulders. And then walking your hands back. Great. And then we're going to take a seated position. Sit up onto a blanket. A comfortable leg position. So that might be cross legs, or it might not. You might have your legs out straight. So any issues with your knees when your legs are out straight, you can always put support in behind your knees. We're going to turn to the right side and hold your right leg with your left. Right ribs rolling back. You're looking back over your right shoulder. We'll find the breath. Feeling the body moving around the breath. The ribs move, the diaphragm. Finding your potential to lengthen the spine, to move the spine. And then take your right arm straight up by your right ear and lift and lengthen your left rib out in the direction of your left thigh. We're going to reach as far as is practical for your back. This feels good. If you have a long reach here, you might aim your shoulder, your left shoulder, to the floor in front of me. Reach as far as you can, taking the right ribs back. And then coming up. I do really, really love that pose. And then changing sides. So that's if your legs are crossed, cross them the other way. We'll turn to the left side and find the breath. Find the breath moving your ribs. Find the breath lengthening your spine. Relaxing your shoulders. Find the breath in all of that potential you have, the easeful movement. Mm. Good. And then we're going to take the left arm up by the left ear. Ooh. And lifting the right rib. We're going to reach the right rib over the right thigh. And you're going to go as far as feels good for your back, reaching in that direction. We're trying to lengthen that space between the left pelvis and the left rib. Mm. Good. And then releasing. Ah, lovely work. We're going to lay down now. And I think we might finish with a bamboo posture. So the blanket is to go underneath you. I love how accessible this little inversion is. But it's really important that when you place the blanket under your hip and you put your legs up in the air, that they just feel like they're balanced there. If there's any struggle going on in the core of the body, then we don't really need that struggle at this part of the practice where we're starting to relax the body. So let's check in. If there's struggle, keep the blanket under your hips and just put your feet on the floor. So the feet are hip width and parallel, and you can really relax. Otherwise, the feet are balanced or legs are balanced. And arm-wise, whatever feels good for you. It might be cactus arms if you're working on that shoulder flexibility, where the elbows are straight out from the shoulders. You make what is it, an iconic cactus shape. Mm. We're going to bend in the legs now, feet onto the floor, and lift your hips so you can take your blanket out. And hug your knees into your chest. you'd like to stay for Shavasana, putting your legs out to straight, and if you need to finish your practice, rolling to your right side and coming up to sitting. Namaste to you. In Shavasana, just check how you feel when you lay down. Maybe some support would make this action a better action in this moment. So a blanket under the thighs takes out residual tension in your lower back. A blanket under the head supports that feeling in the neck when sometimes get where you have trouble reaching your head to the floor. Take what you need, and if you're fine on the flat of the floor, making sure you're warm enough. Look for the places in the body that typically hold tension. I'll share with you. Mine are weirdly left lower back and right thumb. Not so weird, really, for a right-handed person. The left lower back is the stabilizer of all the actions that happen with the right arm and hand. And the right thumb is ready for action. So check out where it is in your body. The habitual tension. From all the incredible things we do. And when that's done, the obvious places of tension, we can bring our focus to each part of the body as it's mentioned and give it special treatment, special focus, starting with the toes. And the soles of the feet, the arches of the feet, tops of the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, hips, and belly. Buttock and sacrum. Lower back. Middle back. Between the shoulder blades. And the shoulders. The rib cage. Around the breastbone. The collarbone. Your shoulders. Upper arms. Elbows. Forearms. Wrists. palm, thumb, fingers. Mm. Back of your neck and throat. Base of your skull, scalp, forehead. Around your eyebrows and between them, around your eyes. Your nose, your mouth, your tongue, jaw, ears. And now your whole body. Hold your whole body in the focus, the light of your awareness. Breath by breath. Notice the feeling of being still and supported by the earth below. The air around you. And as you start to make little movements out of stillness, be curious about wheeling your hands and your feet and bending your arms and your legs and rolling to your right side. Mm. And coming up to sitting. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Mm. Namaste.